How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am stopped right now talking to you because this is the trail I'm on. I'm back out in the Clearwater Wilderness from I think about a month ago to do the loop that I bailed on. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's a cool view of Rainier. But right up there on the top of those ledges is where I did my little intro from that video, so check that out. But yeah, I'm back out here again to do that trail. It's awesome so far. I just got to the kind of like off trail part, or barely a trail part, so I'm just getting started, but it is a few miles in. We'll update you in a little bit, but stick around. Should be a really good trip. I'm pretty excited to do this one. I've been waiting for some good weather to do it for a while, so we'll update you later. Looks like there's some fresh snow up at elevation over there. Damn. Yeah, that is definitely some fresh snow at elevation. It feels a little warmer now, but when I got here to the parking lot, it was mid-40s. And it's probably going to get into the low 30s tonight, maybe freezing. Brought some warmer clothes. Yeah. That's awesome. I don't think it's October yet. Yeah, it's the 30th, so October's tomorrow. And there's snow at elevation, so that's cool. Man, this is cool. Yeah, I've been hoping we get a good weekend so I could come do this trip. It's oh yeah, that's starting to show up really good now. It's been really rugged so far, and I've really been enjoying it, but it's been also really slow going. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of the trip goes. But so I'm off of the Rooster Comb Trail. I'm trying to be very quiet right now because I just spooked at least two. I saw two big elk, but I did not realize that today is the first day of muzzleloader elk season, and I've run into two hunters and stopped and chatted with one of them, and he said he knew the other guy ran into. They're up here, they're buddies up here hunting together, and he was telling me that they got 2 of the 9 permits for this section, and he was saying the section is massive, and he told me like where it borders, but I kind of forget. But he said a lot of the people, they'll go, yeah, you can see one right over there, they'll go and over there. I'll try and get a shot of it. It's behind a tree. They'll just go hang out on the ski slopes at Crystal and pop the first one that walks by, which, you know, whatever. But it was kind of cool to see people out in the actual wilderness. But yeah. Just a smaller one. I thought I saw a bull, but maybe it just looked bigger than it was running through the woods. But yeah, I think that one doesn't seem too bothered by me, but see if we can get a view of the other one. I heard him tromping through the woods right over there, but we'll see. I'm almost down into the river valley. I hike along one river until I get to Clearwater River, and I think unless that river valley is just super rugged, like boulders and shit, oh boy, I'm gonna hike up the river valley instead of following the trail, because the trail takes a turn out of the valley and heads back up onto a ridge, which I think would be cool, but it is getting late in the season. I don't have as much daylight as I did, you know, even a month ago. And all right, guys, I'm officially off trail right now. I think I missed a switchback because the trail, like literally over the course of like 20 feet, just kind of disappeared. So I'm kind of bushwhacking down this mountain right now. Which is kind of fun, but I do need to pay attention. What are you gonna do? So anyway, this is kind of a steep mountainside, so probably gonna put the camera away again. And update you guys in a little bit. All right, found the trail again. So at some point, I definitely missed a switchback, but it's not exactly an easy trail to follow, so no biggie. Back on the trail, so well, I guess that's it. I'm gonna keep hiking. I'm almost to Lily Creek, which is the creek that above, but I double checked, and from there probably gonna take a break, eat a sandwich, and relax for a few minutes, but not too long because I gotta get some miles going. Not like wicked far behind schedule. I actually don't think I'm really behind schedule. I just, oh boy, I didn't start till 12:30 and it's probably 4. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock now, and as long as it doesn't cloud over, I've got till probably 8 o'clock for light, maybe 7:30. But anyway, we'll update you in a little bit. All right, guys, I made it to the Clearwater River. Was originally thinking I might try and hike up the river basin or the river valley, whatever you want to call it, if it didn't look too bad, but it looks like it would cut off a lot of mileage, but honestly it might take just as long trying to head up the river. So I think I'm probably going to stick with the trail, but I am going to have a snack. I haven't really eaten today at all. So yeah. about 4:30, 4:40. I don't want to stop too long. I'm getting like pretty much ready to find camp. I kind of do want to head up the river valley because I don't know, it's like a really roundabout. It looks like it might actually get easier. But it's hard to say. So we need one more bar here. Part of me wants to keep hiking to try and get through this, you know, whatever the next section happens to be. But another part of me wants to maybe find a place to camp here and head back the way I came, just because the mileage is really slow going, and it's already 4:45, so realistically a couple hours of hiking left. So yeah, I think I'm gonna walk up the river just to see if it if the rest of it looks exactly like what I'm looking at. I probably would not decide to hike up the river, but it doesn't really look that bad. So it doesn't really look great either. Morning, everybody. There's some water cooking up, boiling up. We got down to Carbon River yesterday, and my original plan was to, or not Carbon River, Clearwater River. And my original plan was to follow Clearwater River up to bypass like a 6-mile stretch of trail. And I kind of realized that once I got down there, that would have been possible in the sense that like anything is possible, but it wasn't going to happen in the amount of time that I had. So it's kind of like, all right, well, I got to make a decision if I'm going to keep going or if I'm going to turn around. So I walked up the trail a little bit just to see how that would have been, and I lost the trail like within 100 feet. So I decided to walk up the river just to see if it was just where I was looking at that looked like a pain. And it was slow going. I think I walked between the trail and the river, I walked like maybe a few hundred yards, if that. Probably not even that, probably a couple hundred at best, over like 40 minutes. So I made the call to turn around. It was pretty late, and I didn't get to camp till like 7:38 maybe. And yeah, it was quite the trudge to get back up here. So I did turn around, and the only camp spot that I saw on this entire trip, aside from like the main campsites at the lake that most people go to, which is still like quite a ways back, not like wicked far, but aside from those campsites, where I'm at is the only campsite I found on the entire trip. I was looking because I would have just camped down at Carbon River, but there wasn't a single flat spot big enough for a tent. I don't even know if I had my tarp, I would have been able to find a spot to camp. So I ended up just coming back up here. I found this spot. It was right after, not right after, but shortly after Rooster Trail. And I originally didn't want to come back up here because this is where I ran into the hunters, like a little ways that way. One of them was in the meadow. That's not very far from here. Didn't even see it. So I didn't want to come back here and kind of rain on their parade, but I didn't really have much of a choice. I could have kept trying to follow the trail, but with it being mostly bushwhacking, it seemed like, I didn't really have time to keep doing that. But, you know, coming here was a lot of bushwhacking, and getting down to the river was a lot of bushwhacking, which is fun, but when you're running out of daylight and it's 30 degrees at night, it's not really. Not really safe. It was kind of, I kind of got to a point where it was like, if I don't turn around, I'm probably going to just camp under a tree and then have a fire and try and stay warm that way, because there wasn't anywhere to really camp. So, and I didn't want to do that, so I turned around. But 7:30 right now, sun's coming up, and yeah, I'm making some breakfast. I'm gonna make some coffee. So I didn't film more because it was kind of a shit show. I was chasing daylight and I didn't really have time. So it was well after dark by the time I got up here. I'd never set up this tent before, so it's not set up very good. I don't know if I really like this tent, to be honest with you, but yeah. So, gonna eat my breakfast, drink some coffee, pack up, and head on out of here. Shouldn't be too rough of a hike now that for Rooster Trail I know where I'm going, so I will bang that out, and then on the way back, or the rest of the way back, it's all well maintained, like well used trail. So yeah, we'll update you in a little bit. Alright guys, well, I actually have no idea what time I left. It's 9:25. I think I probably left at 8:30, so I might be like 1.5 miles or 2 miles in. It got pretty cold last night. There's a lot of frost out here. Alright guys, I bypassed this little peak yesterday, but the trail seems like it's easier to follow going this way, so this is where I ended up, and I'm glad I did because it's awesome. So got Rainier in the background there. There's definitely more snow than there was even a week ago, but that second one back, I think, I'm not sure, but I think that's Bear Mountain where I was the last time I came up here, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, and there's, okay, There's that little lake down there. I don't know if I filmed that last time, but I was checking it out. So kind of curious what that mountain is, but it's already warmer today than at any point yesterday, so I think I'm going to shed my sweatshirt, put the trekking poles away because I think it's going to get pretty hairy here, and going to take a quick break and keep hiking. Once I get out of here, like off of the Rooster Comb Trail, I'm going to be pretty much just making a beeline to get out of here. And that trail is pretty easy. I think it's like 3 miles maybe, but it should go like really quick. So yeah, this is a great spot. I'm glad I ended up coming this way because this is awesome. So we'll get back with you in a little bit.